Hi everyone, Alicia from Supercharged Offers and
Tony Javier with 10X TV.
Awesome. So Tony, we've just presented on stage talking about omni-channel marketing and being everywhere for your prospects, no matter where they roam. Tell us, what did you love about what we talked about?
I love that you presented most of the time, but because you had a lot more content to cover than I did. But I loved how you just tied everything together with your websites, with your direct mail, all the data that you provide. It just all flowed together really well.
Yeah. Thank you, by the way.
Yeah.
I loved how you presented too, because one of the things that Tony talked about, folks, was just the results that you can get from the credibility alone, and how TV is, just dispel the myth here, it's nowhere near as hard or as expensive as what you think it is. And I think that's such an untapped potential for people out there to really look into. Tell me, with omni-channel marketing, what do you think, any real estate investor watching now, what do you think is the one thing that they should start to think about when it comes to omni-channel presence?
I would say once you're getting one thing working, find the next thing.
Yeah.
Because if you just are a one-trick pony, it's only going to last for so long. I've been a real estate investor for over 20 years, and I can tell you, if I would have stuck to just one, even just two channels, I probably wouldn't be a real estate investor today, because there's ebbs and cycles of almost every channel, and sometimes it's going to produce and sometimes it's not. So having those multiple channels that not only carry the other ones that aren't working when they're not, but also amplifying, because you may be able to get a 5x return when you do two channels, but when you add a third one, it could amplify the return on the other ones and get you a great return on the third one you add.
And the thing is, I guess we never know what people are going to resonate with until they resonate with it, right?
Yeah.
So we can't just think of doing one thing and expecting a miracle. Would you agree?
100%. There's some people that watch TV and are like, I want to call someone off TV. There's some people that say, I want something in my hand and I want to call someone there. And there's some people who want to go online and do a bunch of research. So you need to be in all places at all times at some point, but like you said, you don't want to do everything at once, but get one thing to work really well, take that money and put it into another marketing channel, and just continue to add channels until you have 5, 6, maybe even 7 channels working together. Because again, there's going to be some times when some of those channels are dipping, and hopefully the other ones are elevating them when that happens.
I love that. And that's all about scalability as well, right? A lot of people, I think, overuse this word, I want to scale, I want to grow. They don't quite know what that means, but I love what you've just described then. That's scaling. The more channels I can get across and the more growth I get and how those channels are performing, that's how you scale your business. But that leads to a few other problems, and we spoke about that on stage, right? Closing deals. Tell us, what do you think people need to learn when it comes to implementing these channels but servicing their leads?
Absolutely. So for me, when I talk to my clients, I tell them when leads come in, answer the phone. If you can't answer the phone, what we do is we send it to an answering service. Some people don't like that, but to me, I'd rather a human answer, even if it's not great quality.
Every time.
Every time. If for some reason you don't want to do answering service or whatever, and someone leaves a message or there's a missed call, 5 minutes is our rule. Really, it should be within a minute or two, but obviously our people may be on calls, they may be busy. 5 minutes is our rule, is that we want to get with them. 5 minutes, 15 minutes is the longest we want them to go before they're being touched if they call in.
Love it.
Answer the phone, answer professionally, set the appointment right away. If it's a good lead, there's no reason to say, I'm going to research this and get back to you. Tomorrow at 9 a.m., I'm going to be at your house. Will that work for you?
Yeah.
Right?
Or if it's a vacant land lead, tomorrow I'm going to call you at 9 a.m. with some numbers to give you an offer.
There you go.
Yeah.
Set the next appointment.
Yep.
Set the next appointment, 100%.
100%.
Even whether it's a phone call or in person.
Yep. Love it. Love it. You've heard it here first, folks. Tony, love it.
Yeah.
Thanks, everyone.